Hello, my name is Joshua Miller and I go to Millikan University and I'm a theater major. And this is my leadership philosophy. So what does my philosophy for a leader consist of? I would have to say it consists of kind of three key components. So the first we have is foresight. And by foresight I mean being able to look at an opportunity and see all the possibilities that are there, which also kind of leads into when to say yes and when to say no. But also it leads into the next point, which is process-oriented versus product-oriented style of leadership, but also as a leader themselves, not necessarily focusing on the idea of what you want to obtain, but how can you achieve the process to get to that idea, and along the way, not giving up certain opportunities just to get to that one product. And the third thing I think that is very important is embracing fear. I think that a lot of the times, a lot of people say, you know, a leader should be fearless and they should be strong and, you know, nothing should ever scare them. But I think in leadership sometimes, you know, you are afraid. And I think that's what makes us human, and that's what makes us a good leader. So when we talk about leadership, I mentioned three things at the beginning of the video. I want to come back to them. So the first one I talked about was foresight. Now I want to give you an actual definition of what I believe foresight is. So foresight is the ability to see the potential and possibility and opportunity in different things. So what does that mean? Basically, being able to be presented with something and seeing the different outcomes that it could possibly take. I think this is what leadership is all about. Seeing the good and the bad and deciding that you want to tackle it. And I think that foresight gives way to being able to say yes or no and learning when to say those two things. Because without foresight, you'll just be saying yes and to everything or no to everything. But with foresight, you're able to decide which one of these things is worth that time. And I think that's why foresight is an important aspect of being a leader. Hi! So, for those of us who accept the challenge of leadership, I think it's important not to focus necessarily on a product of what we want a project or our company or even our group to be, but to focus on the process. That's what's most important. Think about each individual step. They're building blocks. Each one adds to the next one, getting you to where you want to be. For example, in my Alexander Technique class, we always talk about this concept of end gaining. What is end gaining? It's basically trying to get the product. Instead of going through each exercise, thinking about the process, thinking about how this time is different from the last. We have a roll down that we do in class, where our head goes down and it falls, and then we come back up, and we stack each vertebrae on top of each other in order to achieve a straight back. And something that I really love about this class is that it's not oriented on making your back straight, but what is the process of straight, and what does straight mean in your body? I think that's very important. Not trying to fit a mold of somebody else, but making it unique, making it yours. Your focus.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this weird thing. Oh wait, are you recording?
Yeah, but you can just edit it, can't you? Or do you want to?
What? Oh. The okay, that was for real. Okay, you can stop. so difficult when you're trying to talk about failure and you're actually failing. Shall I like put the jacket over there?
I think you're good. Whatever you, yeah, you can put it
Can you still see it though?
there.
That leads me to my final phase of my philosophy leadership technique. That brings me to the final pillar of my leadership philosophy, failure. I think that failure is very, very important as a leader and as a person. A lot of people think that, success is what gets them so far in life, and if I have the most successful life, then I'll be better off. But really, it's failure. I mean, like that pencil in my hair in the last shot. I didn't know it was there, but I worked it in this video. Failure. You learn from it. And that's why a good leader is never afraid of failure. I think a lot of the times when people say that leaders need to be fearless or they need to be so strong that nothing ever bothers them, I think that's kind of out there. I think that's in a way striving for perfection. And if you live in the world I do, perfection doesn't exist. It's the imperfections that make everything else perfect. And I think that's why a leader should always embrace fear and failure. Because without them, we wouldn't know what success is. But it's the failures that we learn from. Learning and building new things.
Yeah. I'm finna show you how to hit the quad. Hit the quad. Hit the quad. Hit the quad.
Many of the inventions we have today are actually products of failure. I didn't know that. I'm gonna stop talking.
Oh, me, you juggler! You